What's up, guys? Innovate Rush here, coming at you with a brand new story time. But this story time is going to be a bit different to others because it's going to tell a story that most of you could probably relate to, probably in a few months from now, maybe now, I don't know. But it's also going to give you some advice, so to speak. So, what do I mean by something that you can relate to? Well, I mean exams. I went through my exams just a little under 4 years ago when 4 years, 3 years, I don't know. Just a little under a few years ago, right? Basically, the stress that you'll get from exams, I realized I didn't deal with it very well. I was probably the worst, to the point where the stress got to me that much that I ended up having to be taken out and put into isolation with exams, with different examiners, and I had to be given special privileges through exams. The privileges I had myself was that I was allowed to take periodic breaks if I needed to, which if I did take a break and I needed the time that I took on the break, I was allowed at the end. And I didn't have to stay in a set exam hall for the amount of time that it took for the exam to finish. I was let out early if I finished early, and I was happy to go. This meaning that I had to be put in isolation, which to be fair, I actually preferred because if I wasn't put in isolation, I would have a panic attack, I'd be taken out, and I would have to sit it at a later date. Another thing that happened to me one morning was I was hit by a car, I was in a bus crash. Nothing too serious, I'm completely fine, but I didn't have very good luck with my exams and getting to them. So this led to me either, I think one exam I passed out. One exam I almost didn't sit because I was about 10 minutes late for it, and a lot of my others I just had panic attacks in and had to have about half hour of a break, which is what happened during my mock week. In my actual exam week, I was put in isolation for all but one exam, and that was because my French listening exam, the school only decided to get one CD, and I wasn't able to sit it in isolation where I was supposed to, but it was fine. It was like a 20-minute exam. It was done quickly, and I left and failed French anyway. So what a waste of time that was. So you know, life goes on, and I haven't had to use French since. So you know, but with this being a story time and all, my story for it is basically exams are hard. I went through a lot of stress, I went through a lot of misfortune, and I more or less didn't even enjoy exams. Hence the reason I made sure I got all these special privileges. One morning I had a seat in the main exam hall. I was not happy with it. About 10 minutes before the exam started, I went up to the exams office where all the invigilators and people that sort out the seating plans sit, and I made them change my venue. By the time I got my venue changed, I had to be at the exam, but because I was with the invigilators or examiners, whatever you want to call them, I was able to be a bit late for it and still be out of there before everyone else had finished their exam. Which, if I had to say, it was my physics exam, if I remember correctly. So with all that being said, like I explained at the beginning, I am going to be giving some advice on what you can be doing in the meantime, I guess, to prepare for exams and stuff, other than like revision. Because myself, I didn't revise, which was a big mistake, but I still managed to pass on certain subjects. I'm not going to say what I passed on, what I failed on, because you know it goes all into too much detail and stuff like that. And once again, it isn't motivating for you guys because, I mean, revision's a hard thing, but the easiest thing to do probably is not cheat, but to listen to your revision. Like, if you take recordings of things when you remember things, or just read out a book and say it out loud, just headphones it for an hour a day, just different subjects leading up to the exam, then it's easier to learn that way, I figured. But you'll learn in different ways: post-it notes, writing, mind maps, visual diagrams, stuff like that, sure. Or if you're allowed a cheat sheet, take one of them. They are the best thing for you in any exam. So, yeah, take one of them. But like I say, advice. If you want to relieve stress enough, make sure you're ready for the exam and just get a good night's sleep. Make sure you've eaten early in the morning. Just go over a few different things with your friends. Um, find out where you're sat. And just take some breathing. If you're feeling nervous, count to 10. Count from 1 to 10, then 10 to 1. Or there is a thing that I used to try and calm myself down, which is counting up, go 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, and just keep doing that until you get to 10. That's all a good thing. And if it is really getting to you, talk to someone. Don't bottle it up. If stress gets to you, go to someone, speak to them, be happy, and make sure you explain your situation. If something's happened outside of what's making you stress for the exam, for example, I have a friend who had major issues go on outside of the exams and outside of all this revision stuff, which caused stress on him. Make sure that you go and speak to someone about it and make sure that everything is going well, because the more you speak about it, the better they'll make it for you. And depending on what the situation is, you may get privileges to have like stuff that I had, because a lot of my stuff wasn't dealt with the medical side. Some things were dealt with the medical side, some things weren't. And I mean, that's what helped it. That's what helped it. That's what helped me when I had my exams done. So once again, speak to people. Make sure you just keep calm, breathe, do the 1, 2, 3, 2, 1 method, and eventually you'll get through exams, whether it's mock week now, whether it's mock week soon, or whether you're actually having finals in university now. Shout out to someone there. Yeah. Honorable mentions for this video for helping me come up with the ideas was Sally, Caitlin, Joey, and Tom. Thank you very much. I'm Innovate Rush. This has been Hitman Gameplay. I hope you will enjoy, and later guys. You echo words you've heard. You let me go just to watch me discern. Just because it feels the same till the morning calls. Even roads feel the sun so cold. Just because we're not alone. You echo words you've heard. You let me go just to watch me discern. Just because it feels the same till the morning calls. Even roads feel the sun so cold. I know what it's like to wake up feeling so alone. Uncomfortable in your skin, not accepted in your home. Trying hella hard to fit in, but you know you don't belong. And you trying to force a smile, but everything feels so wrong. I'm doing this shit for y'all, I swear I know what you're going through. Feeling like a fucking ghost, ain't nobody notice you. Trying to find a light, but the devil got a hold of you. Struggling every day, giving it your all just to pull through. And if you feeling hopeless, you gotta keep going. You gotta make mistakes, boy, you gotta keep growing. Get up when you fall down and give it your all now. I done fucked it so many times that I done lost count. Confused and pissed off, but I know it's for a reason. I'm shedding tears and I'm bleeding, I'm anxious, I'm barely breathing. I'm hustling and barely sleeping to make sure my family eating. I done take my ass to beating, I got a bassin' for more. Chasing shit we don't have, once we get it, we don't want it. And all the stuff in front of our face, we just ignore it. Everybody wanna hook up, nobody wanna love. We all got our own problem, but we so quick to judge. Look up in the mirror, we all got problems. Pointing other people's flaws out won't solve them. If you love someone, get your phone out, call them. Every day a blessing, but tomorrow isn't promised. Rest.